Here in Michiana, when you hear the Drew name, you think of basketball.
Right. 16 News Now sports director Mark Skoll Jr. joins us live in the studio to tell us how national champ Scott Drew's hoop dream started right here in Michiana. Mark.
Lauren, Scott Drew grew up around basketball in Michiana. His father, Homer, was the head coach at Bethel and IU South Bend before taking the Valpo job, where Scott's brother Bryce hit the legendary game-winning shot for the Crusaders over Ole Miss in the 1998 NCAA tournament. On Monday, Scott helped lead the Baylor Bears men's basketball team to its first ever national title. It was something he dreamed about right here in Michiana. The national champ Scott Drew is back home in Waco.
I want to thank you guys very much for all the support you've given us.
But his old home was Mishawaka, Indiana. Drew lived in the Blair Hills neighborhood from 1976 to 1988.
I spent half the time texting my dad and my brother, like, did you see it? Did you see it? Like, when they pan in on him, I get all excited for no reason.
Scott Johnson and Jeff Seeley were good friends with Drew growing up.
He never had a bad word to say about anybody.
Another one of his buddies was Jay Ponteri, who lived just down the street from the Drews.
I think was instilled with and coded with just a passion for the game.
That passion for the game was instilled in Mishawaka. Drew attended Fulmer and Elm Road Elementary, Grissom Middle School, and Penn High School until he transferred to Valparaiso during the second semester of his senior year. Drew was a star for the Kingsman tennis team.
Very intense.
Yeah, definitely competitive. He's an athlete. I mean, our whole family's
nothing changed. So from the time he was this tall to where he's this tall now, because he was short.
Not only did his childhood buddies know he was destined for big things, so did Grissom Middle School. Drew was voted as the school's greatest leader in 8th grade.
He had a plan.
Yeah. It wasn't a wing it. We were going to do this play. And it's
he had a plan to get it done right.
Drew would be the one to draw up plays for his buddies at his Blair Hills home, where they created a lifetime of memories.
Everything happened on this court. I don't know how many times we all tried to shoot the game winner, but I never quite made it, but it worked out for Bryce. He got it done. Right here's home plate, pitcher's mound. I mean, it laid out like a perfect diamond. So, yeah. So when you say, what did we do? This is where we spent our time. It was either on the basketball court or right here. This is also transferable into a football. We can do whatever we needed to do. We spent a ton of time here. It was fun.
But what was even more fun than that was watching their childhood best friend, Scott Drew, win it all for Baylor in Indianapolis.
I was also really happy just to see Scott coaching on the sidelines. It feels pretty natural.
To see everything that he did come to fruition from raising it up from where it was to where it is now. It's pretty awesome.
Seeley says he would love to see Drew coach the Fighting Irish someday, but his buds believe he should go for title number 2 and then title number 3 down in Waco, Texas at Baylor University. Michiana is certainly proud of Scott Drew, especially his childhood best buds. We will be back after this.